Island. He was telling me about his claims in the military. When we retire, we get disability, and sometimes they give you his tax-free disability money. Amen. Amen. He said, "This is I'm about to mess y'all up." He told me, he said, "I got a message that I'm gonna get 90% disability." That ain't even a shouting moment. That ain't even a shouting moment. He said, I said, "Man, praise God." He said, "But they ain't giving me money yet, but I know it's coming." Yeah. It's coming. Amen. He said, "I ain't got it yet, but I know it's coming." Amen. God, we thank you this morning. We want to be respectful and call you by your name. Elohim, Yahweh, El Shaddai. Because God, we know that you're just not an ordinary God. God, we know that you are a deliverer. Because God, we know that you are a provider. Because God, we know that you look beyond all our faults and see our needs. God, I pray right now, and I respectfully, sir, I petition that you speak right now. We ask God that you allow your servant to take his time. God, I know that I prepared a word. But right now, God, I pray that you relinquish me and that you take over. Some man or some woman right now needs a word from you. God, we pray and petition and plead right now that you speak directly to somebody, that they may be uplifted and encouraged in this moment of preaching. May I decrease while you increase, so that your word will bring forth fruit. Not to Darrell's honor, not to Darrell's glory, but to your glory. And so now, God, we ask that the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable in your sight, O Lord, my strength and a redeemer. In Jesus' name, let every believer shout, amen. There was a word found in a very familiar passage of scripture, and I ask that you turn quickly over to the book of Psalms, and the chapter is 30. Also, you just go ahead and turn to, just put your finger on a place marker on 2 Samuel 24. We're going to come back to that, but I want to read a preaching passage, Psalms, chapter 30. We're going to read verses 1 through 5. Whatever version that you're reading, I want to encourage you this morning. I've been trying to encourage you over the last couple of weeks, because I know that you're like me. Every now and then you need a word of encouragement. Look at your neighbor and say, "This word is for me today." This word is for me today. Verse number 1 says, "I will exalt you, Lord, for you lifted me out of the depths and did not let my enemies gloat over me." That right there ought to be a moment of shouting and praise. Lord my God, I called you for help, and you healed me. You brought me, Lord, you brought me up from the realm of the dead. You spared me from going down to the pit. And I like verse number 4, Coach. It says, "Sing the praises of the Lord. You faithful people, praise his holy name. But Sister Gordon, I really like verse 5 says, for his anger lasts for a moment. Y'all ain't gonna help me this. And his favor lasts for a lifetime. Amen. But can I really let y'all know this with verse 5b says, weeping may endure for a night. I can't get no help in this message. But joy, somebody shout joy. That ain't good enough. I need about 20 more folks to shout joy. Comes in the morning. Amen. Weeping may endure for a night. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy
comes in the morning.
Sister Turner, joy
comes in the morning.
Comes in the morning.
Amen.
Here's a sermon. Look at your neighbor for me, if you don't mind. Do me a favor. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor.
Neighbor.
Good night.
Good night.
Look at your other neighbor. Say other neighbor.
Good morning.
Y'all ain't gonna help me out. Look at your other neighbor. Say other neighbor.
Other neighbor.
Another neighbor. Look at the same neighbor. And say neighbor.
Neighbor.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I want to talk to you tonight in the sermon title. Hopefully it'll make more sense as we go along. Good night. Good night. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good night. Good morning. You ever thought why that we would say good evening or good night and good morning to people? Think about it. Every time you bid someone good night, or every time you say to somebody good morning, that's actually a greeting. But notice, my beloved, the adjective in front of the words, or shall I say the adjective in front of the moment, evening and morning, is the word good. Etymologists say that goodbye directly derives from the phrase, watch this, may God be with you. Through similar roots, the Oxford English Dictionary indicates that good evening and good morning derive from may God give you a good night and may God give you a good day. I wish I had some help right now. Wait a minute though. I stumbled upon something here, and here it is, that whether it's night or whether it's morning, oh, and so here it is, pat your neighbor and say, it's a good morning and it's a good night. Yeah, because here's some advice for you saved, sanctified, spirit-filled saints. That in religious vernacular, we usually watch this refer to the night as a bad season and the morning as a recovery from that which is bad. But herein, beloved, lies the critical, crucial, and careful consideration of our text, that the psalmist is reminiscing that he, though weeping endures for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Now you really can't really appreciate Dr. Long Psalms 30 until you look at the backdrop of this Psalms. The inscription of the Psalms, if you read it, it says a song psalms at the dedication of the house by David. Y'all looking at me, look at your Bible. It's in the Bible, it's in the Bible. And so what is it? Every psalm is a poem about the devotional experiences, or the experiences rather, of the psalmist. So one has to ask the question, Sister Wilson, well, what is the background behind Psalm number 30? I'm glad you asked. 2 Samuel chapter 24, I'm going to read it if you turn your Bibles over there. This is the backdrop of Psalms 30, verses 1 through 5. In 2 Samuel 24, Verse 18 says that on the day Gad went to David and said to him, go up and build an altar to the Lord on the threshing floor of Arnon. You see that?
Amen.
So that David went up as the Lord commanded through Gad, and when Arnon looked and saw the king and his officials coming toward him, he went out and bowed down before the king with his face to the ground. Arnon said, why has my lord the king come to his servant? David says to buy a threshing floor so I can build an altar to the Lord that plague on the people, that the plague on the people may be stopped. Somebody shout nighttime. Verse 22 says, Arnon said to David, let the Lord the king take whatever he wishes and offer it up. Here are oxen to be burned, and here are threshing sledges and ox yokes for the wood, your majesty. Arnon gives all of this to the king. Arnon also said to him, may the Lord your God accept you. But, somebody say but. But the king replied, Arnon, no, I insist on paying you for the meat. I insist on paying you for it. I will not sacrifice to the Lord my God burnt offerings that cost me nothing. Good God Almighty. Y'all will be shouting right there. Y'all will be shouting right there. So David brought the threshing floor of the oxen and paid 50 shekels of silver for them. David built an altar to the Lord and sacrificed burnt offerings and fellowship offerings. Then the Lord answered his prayer on behalf of the land, and the plague on Israel was stopped. Somebody shout morning. All right, let me help y'all. Here it is. David has just undergone a period of sickness. David was counting the people of Israel, and God started tearing down everything David was counting. Can I pause for a shot for a moment and tell y'all, sometimes I need to understand as the pastor that I need to stop counting people, amen, and counting on people, because God will take away what you counted. And here it is, and David was counting people and counting on people, and then the plague came, and it was nighttime in David's life, and God says, look, I want you to go to Arnon and tell Arnon that you're going to build an altar while it's still nighttime. While the plague is gone, I want you to go ahead and erect an altar. And Arnon said, look, I want to give it to you for free. David said, no, I don't want it for free. Because I want to pay a price for this sacrifice. Can I tell y'all something? Whenever you want God something, whenever God is about to give you something in your life, understand that you need to pay a price for it. And then here it is, and then Psalms chapter 1, watch this. In light of this, Psalms 1 says, I will exalt you, Lord. Oh, hold up, y'all missing y'all shout. Let me help y'all out. In 2 Samuel, here it is, David and the people of God are going through a season of droughts. Even in the midst of their drought, David still said, I will exalt you. I wish I had some help in this house today. Here it is. And so the psalmist bears this inscription. He says, I will exalt you. He says, I'm going to still lift up this altar to you, even while we're going through this moment of pain and this moment of problems. And here it is. And so my first point is that when it's nighttime, it doesn't matter. The reason why you want to say good evening and good morning, and it's good in both occasions, is that the postponement of your purpose should not be precluding your presentation of praise. Okay, let me slow down. I talk. You said, look, let me say. Okay, look at your name and say, hold up. Postponement of your purpose should not get in the way of you presenting God praise. See, the problem is that we want praise on the other side of a blessing. But is there anybody in the house that knows that sometimes while you're going through some pain, you still want to give God some praise? David said, I'm going to exalt you. I'm going to exalt you because I know that in order for me to give you the praise, I need to give it to you whether it's raining outside or whether the sun is shining. And is there anybody in the house, and so other than me, that know that this choir was singing this song today, I was shedding tears because of the fact of the matter is that I always got something to be grateful for. Let me pause for station identification. Is there anybody in the house that ought to know that God doesn't do anything else, that God has already done enough? Okay, hold up, y'all ain't crazy about it. Is there anybody in the house other than me that say, I don't care what my enemy sends my way, what kind of darts they throw at me, God is great and greatly to be praised. Can we just take out a praise break right now? Is there anybody that can give God praise? For every trouble you're in, every pain you're experiencing, go ahead and open up your mouth and say thank you. And shout like David said, I don't care how bad it is, I'm going to exalt you. I'm going to build an altar of praise even while I'm going through. I'm still going to lift up some timber and I'm still going to say thank you for everything I'm going through, because I know that if I never had a problem, you won't be able to solve it. So I'm going to give you praise for what's about to happen. Come here, my friend. My friend says, look, I know that the money is coming, so I'm not worried about it. Even if it ain't in the bank, I'm still going to say it's already there. Y'all ain't. I need some help in this church this morning. All right, he said, I got to get on out here. He says, look. He says, look at the text. I want you to look at the text. I'm going to be done here in a few minutes. He said, I will exalt you, for you lifted me out of the depths and did not let my enemies gloat over me. Watch this. Lord, my God, I called you for help and you healed me. You brought me up from the realm of the dead. You spared me from going down into the pit. All right, let me help y'all out for a second. Here it is. Let me explain this text. Is that this phrase that God, look at the text, it's this phrase in verse number 1b, it says, for you lifted me out of the depths. That comes from the idea, watch this, in the Hebrew, of a bucket being down, pulling something that's down up. Oh, okay. Let me say it again. In other words, here's what the psalmist is saying. The psalmist is saying, look, I was down and lower and beneath. And God, I'm not asking you to get me from where I am. I just want you to join me for where I am. Right. And so every now and then, you just need to ask God to come down where you are so God can lift you up. And here it is, he says, because you lifted me up, oh my God, I'm going to lift you up. Y'all ain't. And so David said, look, here is the reason is that I was down as low as I can get. You went down and lifted me up. And because you lifted me up, I'm going to lift you up. The songwriter says, I was sinking deep in sin, far from the peaceful shore, verily deeply stained within, seeking to rise no more but the master of the sea. From the waters lifted me. Now say them I love. Y'all ain't helping me out this morning. Let me just go and get my praise on right now. Love lifted me when nothing else could help. Oh yeah, sometimes mama tried, but she can't do it. Your partner will try, but they can't do it. Your friends will try, but anybody know that when you sinking down in sin, God went down to the depths, met you in your trouble, met you in your pain, met you in your despair, met you in your disease, and God's love lifted you from the miry clay and brought you up. And David said, because God lifted me up, I'm going to lift God up. You ain't nobody shout because some of y'all don't realize you've been lifted up. But is there anybody on this side know you've been lifted up? If you know you've been lifted up, don't you go ahead and lift God up. Is there anybody on this side been lifted up? If you've been lifted up, you want to lift God up. I dare you to give God some praise. I dare you to open up your mouth and say, thank you for every mountain you brought me over. Thank you for every valley you brought me through. I don't care how hard it is. You lift me up. And you lifted me up, I'm going to give you some praise. Hey! All right, I got to go. My time is up. And then the psalmist says, watch this, his anger lasts for a moment, but his favor lasts. That messed me up. Because in the Hebrew, that's not the way it really reads. In the Hebrew, it says, it seems like your anger lasts for a moment. Hold up. it's a matter of perspective. Because a lot of times when you're going through stuff, you think God is mad at you. When you're going through something, you think God has put you where you are. First of all, the problem is that many of us get ourselves into some debt, get in trouble, and we want to give God credit for it. The Lord just gave me that. Look at your neighbor and say, stop giving God credit for the mess you've done. Y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all don't want to hear that. Because every time we get in trouble, every time we go through something, brother, we're like, I don't know what God is trying to show me right now. God ain't trying to show you anything. You should have got there in the first place. You should have Wesley. I don't care about saying no amen. I know there's some of y'all in the mess y'all in, and the debt you in, and the trouble you in, ain't got nothing to do with theology. Ain't got everything to do with your own attitude. It got everything to do with the trouble you in. But it don't matter what the psalmist says, it appears that God is angry. But check this out. His love endures forever. Even when you get in trouble, even when you mess it up, the text says, look, for his anger, it appears that his anger lasts for a moment, but his favor lasts for a lifetime. Look at your neighbor, say, you got favor. You got favor. It don't mean I don't care. If you in debt, you still got favor. If you got trouble, you still got favor. If you got disease, you still got favor. If don't nobody like you, you still got favor. If you still got trouble, you still got favor. If your car got repossessed, you still got favor. If your home is foreclosed on, you still got favor. I don't care how bad it is, the psalmist said, God's favor will last forever. All right, I'm done. But here it is. Look at your neighbor, say good evening. Good evening. Look at the other neighbor, say good morning. Good morning. What I want you to know, child of God, the text says, weeping endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. I'm done. What I want to recommend to you, child of God, is that you ought to consider some science in your season. What do you mean by that, Pastor Wesley? Well, I'm glad you asked. So that when you think that you are in a season of rupture, ruin, you are simply in a season of rotation. That's where I'm about to get happy with this word right here. Look at your neighbor, say it's a season of rotation. What do you mean by that? Well, you see that when you're in nighttime, you believe the sun is gone. This is why I'm saying you ought to consider science in your season. Scientists say that at night, the sun doesn't go anywhere. I'm getting excited about this word right here. That the sun doesn't go anywhere. Whether it's daytime or nighttime, watch this, the sun is at the center of the solar system. And so what makes the sun look like it's disappeared is because it's not because the sun is gone, it's because the earth is rotating. And it's turning in motion. In other words, the sun has not stopped shining, it's just the earth is moving. So it really depends on where the earth is facing will determine if daytime is experienced. So there is a misrepresentation that the sun goes down, and we call that sunset. And when the sun comes up, we call it sunrise. But look at somebody and say the sun is not removed. We're just in a rotating season. Is there anybody in the house that look at it? No, that I don't care But while you're rotating, David says, while I'm rotating, I'll bless the Lord at all times. Nobody wants you to shout real good, but somebody shout, I'll bless the Lord at all times. Praise and shout be in my mouth. So while you're going through nighttime, that's not the time to throw in the towel. That's the time for you to open up your mouth and give God some praise. So God has been good to you. I just want to say